Hey guys, it's the Whale coming at you with my updated Eldlich deck profile for the month of June 2025. This is for my old-time subscribers. This is one of my favorite decks of all time. It's in my favorite rarity. I love this deck. I just love the lore behind this deck and everything about it. And so when I saw that it got support in Suda, I needed to try it out. And let me tell you, it's been raking up some wins in Dueling Book, against some pretty meta contenders. You are still playing Eldlich. I don't think it's meta breaking by any means, but it can still steal wins. So I will be showing you some of that and some of the combos at the end of the video. Okay, first things first, if you just care about the deck image, it's always going to be down below in the description. I apologize for the long hiatus that I've been having posting videos. Me and my wife are expecting a new family member, so please be patient and give me your strength. Thank you so much. Okay guys, so let's get started into the deck profile. Okay, so this is pretty exciting. I haven't done an Eldritch deck profile in a while. So of course, for the Eldritch deck profile, we are playing two of the best rarities. I do not care what you say. Okay, two of the Golden Lord himself. Okay, so this card is absolutely insane. For those of you guys that don't know what it does, essentially you pitch it from the hand, target a card. Well, you pitch it and a Speller Trap card. Target a card on the field, send that bad boy to the graveyard. So it's a great spot removal. All right, and it has a graveyard effect that you can send a Speller Trap card that you control, okay, to the graveyard, add this card back to your hand, and what do you do after that? Special summon it, and it gains 1,000 attack and a 1,000 defense. So pretty strong in my opinion. I think that's pretty good. So two of those. I don't think three is needed. I know that I've had times where I'm like, oh man, I got Bistioed or got banished, but realistically there's a card in the extra deck, and this deck has such a fantastic job recycling. I don't even need it, and I even found that I'm very much rarely ending the game, excuse me, with Golden Lord. I'm usually ending the board with Mad Golden Lord. I'll explain that in a few. So for the other monster, which I consider a board breaker, remember the modern game of Yu-Gi-Oh is extremely quick. So and me myself, I'm personally am very unlucky and tend to lose die rolls. So I'm playing three lava golems. Okay, this card is really good because number one, it clears the board. It's not once per turn. So if you open up multiple and like let's just say you tribute a Rhizal Detonator with Eclipse Twins and they bring it back, well, here's another Lava Golem, and just slap it on them. I think this card is really good as a board breaker. It doesn't affect you in any way because you do not normal summon. If I knew I was going to be winning every single dice roll, I'll obviously put Inspector Border here. You can put anything you want in this slot. I just personally really like Lava Golem. I think it's very underrated, and I think it's a great board breaker. Number two, Inspector Border, like I said, a great floodgate. Unfortunately, it's garbage going second. And number three, yes, I have tested things like Lord of the Heavenly Prison and all that sort of thing. Those are great, and those are found in the side deck, which I will be going over in a deck image on Dueling Book when I show you guys the combo. Okay, so this is it for the monsters. 5 monsters. You don't need any more, in my honest opinion. I don't think hand traps are the way to go. I did see that there was a top with Eldlich that was focused on hand traps. I just don't. I think this deck needs too much Speller Trap cards to feed the Golden Lord himself. So let's go with the spells. So with the spells, we're running 3 Delta of Invitation. Excuse me, we're running 4 Delta of Invitation. Okay, this card is the new support that we got from Suda. It should actually say Delta of the Golden Land because this is basically an Eldlich support card. So what it states is that when this card is activated, you can send a level 5 or higher zombie monster from your deck to the graveyard. So it's a Foolish Burial. Already it's pretty good to dump your Golden Lord. Second effect is that while you control a zombie monster, you can special summon 1 token zombie monster, level 5, 0/0. Pretty good. It lets you go into links, which this deck obviously does. And then the third effect states that if a monster is added from the graveyard to the hand, while this card's in your graveyard, you can add this card from your graveyard to your hand. You can only activate 1 Delta of Invitation per turn. Ladies and gentlemen, this is extremely good. This and any Speller Trap card, this and Terraforming, this and any Speller Trap card is full combo. I'm going to explain that in the combo section of the video when we get to that. So Delta of Invitation is basically Eldlich support. Okay, nifty thing that a lot of people don't know is that if you have Eldlich in your graveyard, you can send the Delta of Invitation from the field spell to the graveyard to add back Eldlich to special summon it out, and then this triggers because a zombie monster was added from your graveyard to your hand to then add it back. Okay, but keep in mind you can only activate once per turn, so you can't just activate it again and then it's like a cheeky one card starter. You can't do that. Okay. Anyways, that is it for the field spell. We're running 4 of them. You want this in your opening hand. For the rest of the Eldlich, I guess, I play 2 Cursed Eldland. Now, I know that this card, a lot of people don't like it. They either run it at 1 or they run it at 0. I personally like it at 2 because if I open this with Delta of Invitation, it's combo plus like 5. This sets you up so much. You pay 8, you search, you feel great, right? Pay 8, feel great, and then you can activate Delta of Invitation, send Eldlich, the Eldlich dumps this, and then it recurs the combos and it feeds your graveyard. Because remember that you want your Eldlich traps to be in the graveyard, so then you can activate certain effects. Right, so 2 Cursed Eldland, and I am running with 1 Elixir of Black Awakening. This allows you to special summon a Eldlich from your deck, so it's not too bad. If you don't like it, you can absolutely cut it. I love it because of the rarity, and I'm not running the one that lets you special summon an Eldlich from the graveyard or from the hand. Some people are running it, so if you want, you can cut 1 Eldland and just add that one in. Nothing changes in the deck realistically, because it dodges things like Bestials. But I just really don't see the point. Like I said, Eldlich is very recurable now with the new support. So for the consistency cards, right? These are consistency on itself, but for the other like consistency / draw cards, right? We're obviously running the 1 card of Demise. Fantastic cards, especially in this deck, because it doesn't matter if you're drawing 2 cards or 3 cards and you don't have enough space in your spell and trap card zone. Remember, you want your Eldlich spells and trap in the graveyard to then activate their effects. So pretty good, doesn't really matter, right? For the pot cards, we are running the 1 Pot of Prosperity and the 2 Pot of Extrav. Unfortunately, it is criminal the fact that I don't have the alternate art. I mean, I should have it, but I wanted to run this rarity really bad. I try to look for this rarity whenever I can. Pot of Extrav is really good. I mean, it's a trap deck, so draw 2 for free is basically good. You still go into your extra deck for certain things, but this card has also hindered me one too many times. I really, it's hit or miss. In old Eldlich, it doesn't matter because you rarely ever go into the extra deck. You just win purely off of your main deck. In this deck, you do have to go into your extra deck. You have to access it to get your combo pieces and your big beaters. So that is it for the spells. Now, the majority of the traps. So we are running 3 Elixir of Scarlet Sanguine. This lets you special summon Golden Lord from the deck. It's really good. Banish it in the graveyard. Set a Golden Land trap. So it's not bad. For the continuous Golden Lands, we're running 3 Conquistador, non-target pop, special summons a monster. Special summons as a normal monster, non-target pop if you control Big Golden Lord himself. And then banish it from the graveyard during the end phase that this was not activated to set an Elixir from your deck. So they all recur into one another. I'm running 2 Haquero. Now this card I have seen being run less and less, like at 1, if some people are even playing it. I personally still like it because I think this needs engine. But I'm running 2 Haquero. Haquero is the same thing as Conquistador, except while you control the Golden Lord himself, it banishes a card on either player's graveyard, non-target. None of the traps target, by the way, which I think is pretty good. For the support, we are running, I have to read the spell, Elixir of the Glorious Golden Land. We're running this at 2. Some people run it at 1, but I like it at 2 because sometimes, so this, let me explain it. This is new support. So it has 2 effects. Pay 800, then either special summon this card as a normal monster, okay? Then if you control an Eldlich the Golden Lord, you can non-target return 1 monster from the field to the hand. That's pretty good. Or you can pay 800 and activate the second effect, which says set one of your banished Golden Land or Elixir spell or trap cards. So basically it's recurability from either the banished or interruption as a other trap. Ladies and gentlemen, the reason why this card is also really good is because this is considered both an Elixir and a Golden Land card. So it's you can set it off of any of your traps. It's really searchable. Okay, the only reason I have two is because sometimes I use one as an interruption and the other one I want to use it as a recycle. So really, really good. And for the last of the Eldlich, I am running the one counter trap Golden Land Forever. The only reason this card has it sees some play every now and then, but it's like whatever. But this card is highly searchable nowadays, so that's why I opted to run it. Realistically, you don't need to run it. I just didn't know what else to put in the spot. But I am running a lot of like things that are kind of negate, so pretty good. I'm running for the other continuous. I'm running one Apophis of the Swamp Deity, just one. I don't think you need more than one realistically, but if you want, you can cut the Golden Land Forever and then just add the other Swamp. It's absolutely not a problem. Swamp is just good. It's an Omni Negate essentially in the main phase. For the rest of the traps, we are running probably one of the best traps in the game, Solemn Strike. This is fantastic going first or going second. Not very much to say there. I am running two Iron Thunders. A lot of people get taken aback by this and they don't realize you're running it. Card's cracked. It's basically a Solemn Judgment. Either a monster effect, spell, or trap get activated on the field. You pay half your life points, destroy it, and then whatever column it got activated in, you destroy the cards in that column. So a lot of people, if they don't know what you're playing or they don't know you're playing this card, they usually normal summon in the middle column. So I always put this card in the middle column, and then like they normal summon it or they activate something in the back and then just flip it, boom, everything in the column gets destroyed. So keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. I'm playing two Dragon's Mind. This is again another support from Suda. Essentially, if you control a monster with an original attack and defense of 2500, which is Eldlich the Golden Lord, okay, you can negate the activation of a spell or a trap card or monster effect and destroy it. The thing about this card is that it can reset itself if you pay 2500 life points. So it's really good. It's a good continuous kind of interruption, especially since you're always going to want to have Golden Lord in your field. So very good. I am playing Lava Golem, ladies and gentlemen, but remember what I told you, my favorite trap in the entire game is Evenly Matched. This card, I feel like a lot of people people do not realize how busted this card is. Okay, it basically sets everything to you have one card. Game one, this card's insane going second. So I have Lava Golem for going second, and I have Evenly Matched for going second. This card's fantastic. There's very little Omni Negates in the meta game right now, so you can just drop this bad boy and it's really good. Oh, but Puzzle, what happens if you go first? Well, remember, this and Delta Invitation is full combo because you can just send this off Golden Lord and you have a free Golden Lord. So I don't think Evenly loses its value. It's almost like in Trap Tricks where you can just pitch it off a Holtea. I view it the same way in Eldlich. Okay, and for the last two trap cards to make it a flat 40, the one Skill Drain, of course, this card's nuts, and the one There Can Be. This card's also really good. Again, there's a lot of things that you can change in this deck to personalize it onto your own. You can add Goes and Match, you can add Rivalry, you can add Anti-Spell, whatever the case may be. But I feel like those two traps are the most important traps that you can just flip on your opponent's turn and they're like, and they start scrambling. While Goes and Match, everything right now is a Dark, and Rivalry, everything right now is like a Cybers, you know? So, well, the things I usually play against is either Raizio or Raizio Mitsurugi or Malice. Ladies and gentlemen, for the extra deck, it's nothing convoluted, nothing complex. We're running 3 of the new support, which is, I gotta read it, Fallen Angel of the Golden Land. This card is really good. Essentially, if you have a Golden Lord in your field, you can tribute that Golden Lord to fusion summon it. It's like a contact summon, okay? And you just plop this up, okay? It's 18 attack, 25 defense. You're not going to use it for anything except sending it to the graveyard, because when this card gets sent from the field to the graveyard, you get to special summon an Eldlich from your deck. What does it say? Deck, extra deck? I usually special summon from the extra deck. Yeah. From your deck, extra deck, or graveyard. So remember what I told you? The entire deck is very recyclable. So the card that you're going to be special summoning out is, of course, Eldlich, the Mad Golden Lord. We're running 2 of them. Honestly, I should have a third one. I should honestly get a third one because of Pot of Extravagance. So I minimize at least, the chances of banishing them. But anyways, so this card is insane. You drop this on Mitsurugi on Raizio. This card is nuts. So it is a huge, beefy 38 attack, 35 defense. This card is insane, and it's part of your Delta of Invitation combo. So it states that this card becomes Eldlich the Golden Lord while on the field. So automatically all your continuous traps get the effects. Okay, so it says cannot be destroyed by battle and cannot be destroyed by card effect. There you go. It basically turns off Rizio. At least that entire Rizio line. And then it says you contribute one zombie monster, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Take control of it, but it cannot attack or activate its effects this turn. You can only use the effect of this card once per turn. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't realize, we have a continuous stream of zombie monsters. But puzzled, how? Well, simple. We have our golden lands. We have our Delta of Invitation tokens. This is probably the most common, right? Because you can every turn special summon out a zombie token, tribute the zombie token, get Golden Lord's effect to take. This card is insane. Okay, the only thing it doesn't have is targeting protection. So if the Chaos Angel or something like that, I mean, it is gone. But that's why we have things to stop it before it gets there. Okay, so 2 of the Golden Lord. Realistically, thinking about it now, I should have 3 and 3. Again, because I'm running Pot of Extrav. Okay, so for the combo, we're running the 2 Link Spiders. This is for the Delta of Invitation token, as well as your Conquista, like your Golden Lands. They come out as vanillas, so you can just link those away. For the Link 2s, we're running the 1 SP. Fantastic. I actually see myself ending more on SP because it's another layer of interruption. The 1 Silhouette Rabbit, again, another layer of interruption. This is probably the most expensive card in the deck. I think it's like $10 or something like that, but it's really good. On summon lets you lets you set a continuous trap from your deck. So this lets you set your engine essentially, and when a spell or trap card gets special summoned to the monster zone, you pop a spell or trap card on the field. Card's good. Card's really good. I'll go over the combo. The card that came out. This came out in Pseudo, right? No, this came out in Rhoda. So this card is actually really underrated. So it's called Flying Mary, the Wandering Ghost Ship. So it requires 2 zombie monsters. Really easy for this because literally you can just summon the Delta token. But ladies and gentlemen, this right here, it's a link to. It says you can target 1 level 5 or higher zombie monster that is banished and or in your graveyard. So if Golden Lord gets bestialed or whatever, you can place this card into your spell or trap card as a continuous spell. And if you do special summon that monster, while this card isn't a continuous spell, you can target 1 level 5 or higher zombie monster you control, destroy 1 monster your opponent controls with an attack less than or equal to that monster. So this card's really good for recycling if your Golden Lord gets banished. And again, don't forget, the Mad Golden Lord is considered golden. The Mad Golden Lord is considered Eldlich the Golden Lord on the field. So really good. The 1 Pleiades, because your continuous traps are level 5, so it's really good to make. I'm running 2 Gustav Maxes, so this should be the other, I think it's like the Super Dreadnought 1, so if you guys have it, I couldn't find mine in my bulk, unfortunately, so I just added another one. I rarely go into this. The other one is number 81 Super Dreadnought Rail Cannon. Again, rarely go into it, it's just kind of fodder. And then obviously the 1 Typhon. This card is really good in this deck because it's not like you really special anything or normal. So if you go if you go Eldlich, you can just slap this bad boy on top, send Eldlich to the graveyard, and then like set 5, and you basically have your engine. That is it for the main and the extra deck, ladies and gentlemen. Now let's go to the other part of the video. Hey guys, so welcome to the second part of the video. This is going to be where I show you the side deck and some combos and opening hands as well, so you guys can see some test hands. So for the side, obviously we're running 3 Inspector Border for when you do Ghost first, you can cut out the Lava Golem or the Evenly Matched. 2 Lord of the Heavenly Prison for going again first if they side in Lightning Swords and Harpies. This card's fantastic. 2 Lightning, 1 Harpies for the back row. 3 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. I actually forgot this card existed. I found it in my bulk and I was like, this card's pretty good. It stops Malice, it stops Mitsurugi. It's pretty good. It does negate all Dark Monsters effects activated on the field or in the graveyard. All your important Eldlich monsters are light. Yes, Fallen Angel is a dark, but usually if you're going first, which you should be citing this in, against those archetypes, you can go through your Fallen Angel at least once to summon out Golden Lord, which is a light, and then after that you flip it. Or even then, you could literally just win off purely main decked, and this is basically a skill drain for them and a soul drain. Of course, the 3 Solemn Judgment, just to say extra no, even though we already have the 2 Dragon's Mind and the 2 Iron Thunders, as well as the Golden Land Forever, and another an anti-spell just to kind of add for the extra stun. So that is it for my side that I've been using in Dueling Book. So here is your first taste of an opening hand, which is fantastic, but I do want to show you guys an opening with Delta of Invitation. I'm pretty sure some of you guys already know the combo, but just in case, right? So Delta of Invitation, I already went through it in the deck profile. So for the combo, we are going to activate Cursed Eldland, right? We're going to then misclick there. So we're going to activate Cursed Eldland, pay the 8, feel great, to then search a for this, you can either search an Eldlich monster or a Golden Land trap. I would search a Conquistador of the Golden Land. Okay, so now you're sitting on this. You're going to activate Delta of Invitation. Delta of Invitation's effect on activation that lets you dump a Golden Lord. Golden Lord's effect in the graveyard, if they have no response, everything's one effect. You send your Cursed Eldland, add to hand, special summon from hand, and remember that this then gets changed to an extra 1,000 at 35. Separate chain, Cursed Eldland's effect, then it's going to activate in the graveyard because it got sent to the graveyard. Okay, remember each effect can only be activated once, so it's not like, oh, you can only use one effect. Okay, and here you're going to dump either a Eldritch monster or a Golden Land Spoiler Trap card. I usually dump Herquero because I already have the Conquistador. Conquistador is usually the better interruption. Okay, so now you're sitting here. This is one summon. Okay, so we're going to use Delta of Invitation's effect because we control a zombie monster to special summon a token. That is 2 summons. We're going to remove the token, and we are going to go into a Link Spider because it just requires a normal monster. That is 3. We are going to then contact Fuse into Fallen Angel. That is 4. Okay, so this combo does play into Nibiru a bit, but you still have follow-up, so even if you realistically, like they realistically Nibiru, it's not the end of the world. To be completely honest with you, you still have quite a bit of follow-up. Okay, and then after that, you just link these 2 away, and you go into, I'm showing you the best one, you can either go into Silhouette Rabbit, or you can go into SP Little Knight, whichever one you desire. The strongest board, Silhouette Rabbit, so you can chain it usually as Chainlink 1, Mad, and then, Angel, and Chainlink 2, Rabbit to set. So here, you can set either Engine. Okay, I don't like to set Engine, but you can set Engine. You can set the other Herquero, or if you went for Herquero, you can set Conquistador. For me, I like to set the Apophis to have an Omni during the main phase. Okay, and then Angel activates in the graveyard to then special summon out Mad Golden Lord. So you can special summon it out here, or I think here is like the safest spot technically in Yu-Gi-Oh! You can special summon it out here. This card's insane. Okay. And then you can just set this, and during your end phase, remember that you sent Herquero, you can declare it to banish for cost, and then you can just, where is it? You can set an Elixir, whichever one. You can either set Starlit Sanguine, which is the one I prefer, or you can set Glorious Golden Land for an interruption. Let's just set this for the sake that it's a new support card. Okay, so off of 2 cards, right? 1 Delta of Invitation plus Cursed Eldland. This can realistically be any Speller Trap card. Okay, I just kind of picked Cursed Eldland just to give you an extra Speller Trap card. Okay, you have a Negate. Okay, you can't chain it like this, but I'll show you. Okay, so you have a Negate. Actually, you can. So if they activate, let's just say a Harpy's Feather Duster, you can chain Apophis. Okay, and then you can chainlink 2 Apophis to their Harpy's Featherstorm or their Lightning Storm, chainlink 3 Glorious Golden Land, and here you can either activate the 800 to have it as a continuous Spoiler Trap card and set Herquero, or you can special summon it out to bounce a monster. So pay the 800, all right, to let's just say set this in the target in the Spoiler Trap card zone. just for future so that you can use it again. Okay, and then this negates one card, which will be this, because you already control a face-up continuous spell, and this becomes a monster. Okay, your opponent normal summons or whatever, you can then Hokuero Conquistador, non-target pop, and Silhouette Rabbit effect to like pop a spell or trap card zone. This is pretty good for 2 cards in my opinion. Not only that, you of course also have, during your turn, you have Mad Golden Lord. So let's just say they clear all this. Okay, let's just hypothetically say they clear all this during your opponent's turn. During your turn, you can just activate Eldlich effect to send Delta of Invitation. Right, add back special. Oh, DB please. Special. Delta of Invitation effect activates because a monster was added from the graveyard to the hand while it was in the graveyard. To add back. Activate. This lets you dump another Eldlich if you so wish. You don't have to, but if you so wish, you can. Okay, and then you can summon a token, and then you can tribute off the token, steal their monster, and remember this is at 35, and you of course have the Hokuero that you can special summon out during the battle phase or whatever you want to then attack for big damage, because this is 38, this is 35. Okay, and whatever monster they steal, even though they can't activate their effects or attack this turn, and you have set up in the graveyard to banish Conquistador to then set a Sanguine or whatever you like. So that is it for the combo, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do real quick 3 test hands so we can see how it is, and I can show you guys how to play it out. Hopefully we don't brick, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I rarely ever brick. Right here, this is full combo. Okay, so how would I play this? I can totally go Extrav. I can totally go Extrav or Pot of Prosperity. Draw 2. Fantastic. Okay, let's see what we banished. We banished SP, a Link Spider, and just one of each. Nothing of value was lost. And we would go through the same exact combo here. Delta of Invitation, send Golden Lord. Okay, I would set the Prosperity because we already drew this turn, so there's realistically nothing. Yeah, because I already drew this turn. So you send this, add to hand, special, activate Delta's effect to zombie, remove, go into 1 Link Spider that's left. Oh, I almost skipped a step, that would have been embarrassing. Tribute the Golden Lord here to go for an Angel. Okay, and now here you can link into a Silhouette Rabbit or a Flying Mary, obviously Silhouette Rabbit, and then Dark Angel activates to then special summon out a Mad Golden Lord. And then, oh, I forgot to actually set off a Silhouette Rabbit, because you technically should chain it as Chainlink 1 Dark Angel, Chainlink 2 Silhouette Rabbit, because it, you can't really ash it. And here you can set a a Conquistador. The reason why I'm setting Conquistador is because I already have an Omni Negate in the form of Iron Thunder. Set. This game's unlosable. So that's the first testing hand. Let's do one more. Let's see. The Extrav can be risky. I'm not gonna lie to you. The Extrav has me sweating. This hand, going first is not bad, because I have Engine, I have Solemn Strike, and I have There Can Be Only One, which against Malice is game breaking realistically. Mitsurugi as well. So it's pretty. If you're going first, this is a pretty good hand. We have Strike. Let's just see what we get going second. Okay, we have Lava Golem to tribute, and then we can just set our entire hand, and then we can sequence our plays very well with Solemn Strike to destroy, and then chain There Can Be Only One. Not chain, but activate There Can Be Only One. So let's do one more. And again, this is a really strong Engine hand. We have an Omni, we have Engine, Engine again, Stun, and of course going second Lava Golem. If we draw, another Iron Thunder. This is not once per turn, which is great. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Guys, keep it real. Thank you so much.